One of the most difficult things to do as a watch enthusiast is decide which watches will stay in your collection. The reality is, most watch collectors can only keep so many watches in their collection for various reasons, such as budget or space, or just the amount of watches that you wear, before swapping out watches for other watches. I've seen this so many times being in the watch industry as a watch dealer, and also on my new watch dealer platform, chronograbs.com. So if you are a watch flipper or trader and you are looking to either upscale your watch business or kind of grind your teeth a little bit more in the industry, make sure to check out chronograbs.com, where you can apply to be part of our private watch trading club. But the reality is, most people need to swap out watches. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 watches that you can rest assured are appropriate for everyday wear. This is going to be a watch where you can pretty much go anywhere or do anything. Sometimes it might be close. You may have to swap out the strap, but all of these watches you can wear in most situations. So let's jump right into it. The first watch, it's actually a watch that I'm wearing right now, is a Rolex Oyster Perpetual. Now, the interesting thing about the Rolex OP, as it's kind of called, as a short and abbreviated form, is that it features the Oyster case like many of the Rolex watches do, which was debuted in 1926 and touted as the really true waterproof case. Now, this waterproof term is no longer really used because now it's more accurate to say water resistant, because at a certain level, the water will go in. Now, it may not be a depth that you're ever going to go to, but just to be more accurate, that's the term that they use today. And this case also features a screw-down crown, a screw-down case back, and is truly a case that is meant to take a beating, which is why Rolex has pretty much kept this type of case so many years. Now, I myself have worn many Rolex Oyster Perpetuals over the year, including this OP39 Red Grape, but you can rest assured that you can wear this watch pretty much anywhere. You can put it on a rubber strap to be more casual and more sporty. You can put it on some type of leather or aftermarket strap, or you could just leave it on the bracelet that it comes in, and it's still pretty appropriate even if you're wearing it with something like a tuxedo, because it just fits that quintessential classic wristwatch shape and form that just seems to be appropriate in many occasions. So the number one on the list is the Rolex Oyster Perpetual. You decide which you like in terms of size and colorway. Now next, that takes us into really a brand that has produced so many models now, mostly based on the dial variation, but this is Grand Seiko. Now, if you're familiar with Grand Seiko, you know that many of the cases are very similar. They do have some models that are not appropriate for everyday wear, like the Tentograph, the chronograph, of course, but they also have so many watches that just have a similar shape, especially in the Heritage Collection, and it's all based on the dial. So with Grand Seiko, you can totally change the look and the feel just based on the strap, whether you leave it on the bracelet or you put it on a strap. So I'll put some pictures here, but there are just so many watches in the Grand Seiko catalog. And the other interesting thing is, depending on where your budget is, where the price point that you want to enter this brand, really the difference is that you're giving up as you go down in price point is just dial variations as well as the movement, right? The Evolution 9 movement from Grand Seiko is going to cost a lot more than their standard automatic or manual wind movement. So that's really the main consideration when it comes to Grand Seiko. A lot of things across the board, especially with the Zaratsu finish, is just the differences are negligible as you kind of climb up in price point, in my opinion. Grand Seiko fans, leave your thoughts and ideas in the comments below. Now that takes us into a watch that I also have in my collection, and you probably are not expecting this on the list, but this is a bit of a newer entrant to the watch market, and this is a Panerai, but not any old Panerai. It's what I think really is making a push to save the brand, and that's the Panerai Luminor Quaranta. Now, if you're familiar with Panerai, then you know they are known for large, chunky watch cases. But when you get into something like the Luminor Quaranta, it's a 40 millimeter case, but it does not have the Douai case where it's the snap-on case back. It goes back to the screw-down case back and delivers more of that rugged, durable Panerai that people have come to know and love. Not everyone, depends, kind of where you're at. But the Luminor Quaranta has a fast swap strap system where you could just pop on the rubber straps or other straps from the brand, and you can go from a dressier look with an alligator strap, which I have here, or if you put it on something like their accordion-style rubber straps, it just becomes a sport watch. So a watch that's going to go from sporty to dress is going to allow you to daily wear it because all you have to do is swap the strap to get a different look, form, function, and intent. So that's why I think the Luminor Quaranta makes the list. Now, this takes us into Omega. I know I really enjoy Omega, and so many of you out there as well. I see it in the comments all the time, but I recommend an everyday wear to be an Omega Seamaster Aquaterra. Now, I've owned many Aquaterra, and I truly do believe that in modern times, spec for spec, they're every bit as good as a Rolex watch, especially if you're looking for something maybe not entirely recognizable. Sure, us watch geeks, we're going to know because we know watches, right? You watch these videos, but a lot of people out there, it's not going to be as recognizable as the Rolex Oyster Perpetual or anything from the Rolex catalog. So that's a plus for many people. But the Omega Seamaster Aquaterra, these things are rugged, durable, and that's truly what they're intended for. If you look at the Omega product lineup, these watches are kind of intended to be your everyday wear. They don't feature complications that are going to be a nuisance. They don't take extra care and maintenance like some watch brands that will have more sophisticated movements. Their coaxial movement line has come such a long way in the last decade that it is just so solid and durable. When I was at Delray Watch as the founder, we didn't see many of these coming in the service center. They truly are workhorse movements, and I recommend the Omega Seamaster Aquaterra to everyone that likes it, and you can get really great deals on these watches, especially in the gray or aftermarket pre-owned. Now that takes us into the last watch, and this is going to come from none other than Tudor, and it may not be a Tudor that you're thinking of, but it's the Tudor Black Bay 36. Now this is kind of touted as Tudor's Explorer 1, for example, or Explorer like from Rolex. It features kind of that classic sporty look, but much like the other watches on the list, depending how you wear it, whether it's on a bracelet or a strap or a rubber strap or a NATO, you name it, you can change kind of the feel and the look for this watch. So you could wear it with a black tie, a tuxedo. You could wear it with jeans. You could wear it with your pajamas. There's a way that you could wear this to where it never looks out of place. And these things trade in the aftermarket quite low. They are produced in pretty high volume, and it's one of the more approachable watches from the Tudor lineup compared to some of the more newer offerings in the chronographs. So the Tudor Black Bay 36, I think, is just a phenomenal, more approachable choice than maybe you'd find from some of the other brands, like, of course, a Rolex or Omega, but it certainly does not lack in quality or brand recognition, especially in the collector communities. But I want to know, what do you guys think? What do you wear every day? I'd love to see it and hear it in the comments below. Also, guys, please do not forget the thumbs up, like, and subscribe. I do appreciate it. You can find the link to my newsletter where you can see more about the things that I'm getting involved in the description below, as well as if you are a watch trader or a dealer, or you'd like to get more into it and you have a little bit of experience, make sure to check out my platform, chronograbs.com, where you can apply to join the community. Thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. You've been chatting with John P.